I hope she would be proud that this building now carries her name.
La commune de Massy est une commune qui est située au...
The commune of Massy is located south of Paris, 25 kilometers from the city center, and has experienced significant growth in recent years. For this reason, the department justified the construction of an additional secondary school on the same site as the existing one. A new neighborhood with a considerable number of housing units has recently been developed, and it was necessary to ensure that all the children living there could be accommodated.
In the long term, we expect between 650 and 800 pupils.
On avait plusieurs bâtiments existants sur le site.
Several buildings stood on the site, some of which had to be demolished at the beginning of the project, while others needed to be preserved. Among them was the former restaurant, which was retained and converted into residential units. As a result, 5 dwellings were created in this building. In addition, the auditorium was refurbished and now serves the secondary school. This building is integrated into a park, the park of the Château de Villegénie, which is beautifully planted with trees.
Much of the work was a matter of delicate craftsmanship, weaving the building between the trees and aligning it with the topography.
We therefore designed the building in an elongated, horizontal form in order to reduce its visual impact. It is composed of several volumes that slide gently over one another.
Le bâtiment, du coup, a joué sur cette topographie pour venir...
The building made use of the topography to nestle into it. It unfolds in a U-shaped form that shelters a courtyard and directs views towards the park landscape.
Cette cour intérieure est un espace capital.
This inner courtyard is a central space for the secondary school. It is a place where pupils can come together, a space for play, interaction, and exchange between the different moments of the school day.
C'est un bâtiment qui a été conçu selon les normes environnementales exigeantes.
This building was designed in accordance with the stringent E3C1 environmental standards, which ensure extremely low energy consumption and a highly controlled carbon footprint.
Donc, les objectifs de performance écologique ont été pluriels, et notamment...
The ecological performance objectives were varied. Firstly, the amount of bio-based materials used exceeded the original program requirements. Secondly, the building has exceptionally low energy consumption. Finally, photovoltaic panels installed on the roof provide a natural and low-cost supplementary energy source, combined with rainwater collected from the roof and reused within the building. Several approaches therefore enabled us to reduce the ecological impact of the building. We used 2 main materials, concrete and timber.
Ce bâtiment a été conçu comme je vous l'expliquais en...
As explained earlier, the building is arranged in 2 distinct levels, a concrete base insulated from the inside, and the first and second floors. These 2 upper levels consist of timber frame walls with a particular feature. They are insulated both within the timber core and on the exterior, providing enhanced insulation.
The thermal transmittance coefficient is below 0.15, which corresponds to very high energy performance.
The primary material selected for the facade was render.
Together with the architect, we chose the finest possible grain size to achieve a very smooth facade appearance. He selected a K1 grain.
A fast seating of the facade was not an option. We needed a material that would allow for a seamless, joint-free surface without visible interruptions. The rounded facade corners were our greatest challenge.
We considered the execution of these curved sections very carefully, as they posed a real challenge on this site. The objective was to achieve a perfectly smooth finish, without any irregularities. For the exterior curves, we had to cut into the back of the insulation boards. For the interior curves, it was the opposite. We cut into the front of the board and then replaced the small piece of insulation that had been removed. in order to maintain the building's thermal performance and fire protection. Before applying the finishing coat, we lightly deburred the base coat. This was important to achieve the truly smooth appearance, especially with such a fine grain size. Any imperfection in the substrate would later become visible in the finishing coat.
The curves are really exceptionally well executed.
Ici, on est sur un collège.
This is a secondary school and therefore a public building of Category 1. For this reason, the timber frame must be fully protected in the event of a fire. This requires a continuous thermal and fire-resistant barrier that completely encapsulates the timber structure. In practice, this means a 60mm stone wool board on the exterior and BA18 plasterboard on the interior.
The atmosphere is completely different from that of a traditional secondary school.
It is a school through which generations upon generations will pass, and we are proud to contribute at least a small part to this project.
The project received the Biosources Level 3 label, the highest ecological certification.
Claudine Hermann was a French physicist who became the first female professor at the École Polytechnique and lived in Massy. She was a woman who dedicated her life to advocating for equality between women and men. She was also known for her strong environmental awareness. I hope she would be proud that this building now carries her name.